The Air National Guardsman accused of leaking classified documents online returns to federal court today, and Fox News will pay nearly $800 million to settle a blockbuster defamation lawsuit. Good morning, I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The Massachusetts Air National Guardsman accused of leaking classified government documents returns to federal court in Boston this morning. From member station WBUR, Allie Jarmanning reports the hearing will determine whether Jack Teixeira remains in custody.
Investigators say 21-year-old Teixeira took home top-secret documents and shared photos of them in a private group chat. From there, the classified information spread to more public social media sites. That prompted one of the biggest intelligence leak investigations in recent years. Teixeira has been held since he was arrested at his Massachusetts home last week. If found guilty, he faces up to 15 years in prison. Meanwhile, the Air Force is investigating the intelligence unit where he worked. For NPR News, I'm Allie Jarmanning in Boston.
Today's the last day people in all parts of the U.S. can access a common abortion pill unless the U.S. Supreme Court intervenes. The Biden administration has asked the court to continue pausing lower court rulings that block access to Mifepristone. Groups opposed to abortion want the high court to overturn the FDA's approval of the medication. It's used in most abortions in the U.S. Fox News will pay Dominion Voting Systems nearly $800 million to settle a defamation lawsuit. Fox aired lies about Dominion, repeatedly saying the company helped switch votes away from then-President Trump in the 2020 election. NPR's David Folkenflik says Fox has released a short statement.
It says, that Fox acknowledges the court's ruling that certain statements about Dominion voting systems were false, and that's technically true. What it doesn't say is that Fox itself broadcast and at times embraced those claims, and there's no apology on the air. But that said, it did acknowledge the falsity of it, and the lawyers that I talked to from Dominion last night pointed to that and say, look, that's really important. That's part of the record, and the court has found that, and Fox has acknowledged that.
NPR's David Folkenflik reporting. A ceasefire fell apart yesterday in Sudan. Fighting has never stopped between the combatants. Michael Kaloki reports today is a fifth straight day of chaos and violence.
There were reports of gunfire and explosions in various cities overnight as clashes continued between the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces. Both sides have accused each other of violating a 24-hour ceasefire that was due to have commenced yesterday. Meanwhile, in a statement, a local doctors' union said several hospitals across the country were facing a shortage of both medicines and medical personnel, while noting that some hospitals had been closed and their patients evacuated following bombardment of their premises. Leaders from across the region have continued to call on both sides to end the fighting. For NPR News, I am Michael Kaloki in Nairobi.
You're listening to NPR News.